My February book of the month was Phantasma, which I absolutely loved. I thought this book was amazing. It was a 5-star read for me. Now, if you have not read Phantasma and you're wanting to read it, proceed with caution because I cannot guarantee that there will not be any spoilers in this video. We are going to talk about some of the elements that I put in here and how they represent Phantasma, so proceed with caution. Now, Phantasma is a dark fantasy romance. It's the first book in the Wicked game series, and the second book, which is already out, it is called, I believe it's pronounced Enchantra. I have not read it yet. It is on my April TBR along with like 900 other books, so we'll see if I get to it for the month of April. But I love Phantasma, so I have high hopes and expectations for Enchantra. Now, Phantasma was like a trials type of book, so we've got that trope happening. And one way I wanted to showcase those trials was by creating a ticket for Ophelia, and this was her entrance into Phantasma, right? So that's what I'm doing here, and on one side it says Phantasma Admit 1, and then the other side, which I didn't fully film it, my battery died and I didn't know, but I had printed out, you see it laying there on the little mat, I printed out some things that I wanted on the ticket onto vellum paper, vellum sticker paper. I love vellum sticker paper. When you put it on something, it goes on clear, which is amazing. So what I put on there was, it's issued to Ophelia Rowan. Destination is Circle 1, Limbo. Trial start is Midnight's Breath. Seat is None, Stand Before the Gods. And authority is House of Ravens. And then I also stamped on there, Survival Not Guaranteed, Beware, and I did a cute little skull, which I will show you the final ticket here in just a second. Now, I do love interactive elements, so we're going to make this ticket where you can completely remove it from the page in my book journal. And here is what it looked like. I just thought this was super cute. I'm actually sitting here holding the ticket right now, and I just love that because I can slide it right back in the page, but I can also completely pull it out. I did find a picture of Ophelia and Blackwell, and I wanted to showcase that. These, our MMC and our FMC. So I printed this picture of them two out also on vellum sticker paper, and I am adhering it to this little photo frame I have. Now, I didn't do it in this video and I still haven't done it yet. I need to go back through my Kindle and I've got some things highlighted that Blackwell said to her, and I want to choose my favorite and then either print it on vellum sticker paper or stamp it on the bottom of this photo frame. But I just thought this was a cute little way to showcase both of them. Like, how freaking cute. I love it. Absolutely amazing. Love Blackwell. Thought he was perfect. Okay, so from here, I'm going to create the slit for the ticket to slide in and out of. Now, I also printed this photo here of this gorgeous castle with this gate out front on vellum sticker paper, and I want the ticket to slide in and out from behind that gate. I thought this would just showcase Phantasma and the trials and her entrance into there, and it's dark and moody and kind of creepy, so I just thought it was perfect for this book. So to create the slit that this tag goes in and out of, I just used a pencil to mark my lines, and then I'm using my paper trimmer to cut a hole in this sheet. Now, I'm not working directly in my book journal. I'm just working on a piece of cardstock. This cardstock comes from one of Heidi Swapp's Halloween kits. I don't know if it was 2024. I'm thinking it was the 2024 Halloween kit that this come out of. So I absolutely love the cardstock that I'm using. It's got a skull on it, and it's kind of, spooky and ancient and worn, and it just matches the vibe very well. So here I'm creating a stopper for that ticket so it doesn't go all the way through and then eventually get stuck whenever I adhere the sheet down inside of my my book journal. Words are evading me. Here I'm adhering just the sides down, not the entire thing, and that is what will allow the ticket to slide inside of there, but then also not fall out left or right. Just a super simple stopper for the ticket. And there we go. and it's got some wiggle room, so works out great. Now I am going to add the photo frame. Now the photo. I can't go above the ticket because it'll stick to the ticket. Maybe I should have cut out where that slit was and put it behind there. I don't know. I think it still turned out great. So just got that where I want it. I'm going to trim it down just a little bit off the bottom and then adhere that down into my journal. If you've never used vellum sticker paper, what I recommend doing is taking a bone folder, a credit card, some type of hard surface and going over your vellum sticker paper. That will make it get any kind of lumps, bumps, bubbles out, but it'll also make it completely clear, which obviously, you know, those things that I printed on vellum sticker paper are very dark, so you're not really going to see that, but for like words and things, it just makes it clear and crisp and everything looks amazing. Okay, creating another slit because I need another interactive element in this journal. I want the right side of the spread to fold over, and then this right here is going to be what kind of latches it down. So this also come out of the Heidi Swapp Halloween kit, and it says darkness, and it gives the definition. It's a noun, you know, the partial or total absence of light. I just thought it was really, really cute. I did go around the edges of it, sanded it down, made it look older and ancient, antique. So I thought that was perfect. And again, this is kind of the latch that'll keep the right side of that held down. So you just kind of bend things around a little bit to make sure it all works well together. And then from here, I've got these cute little cat paws. They kind of look like dog paws, but it's fine. Printed these on sticker paper to showcase the cat that is in the book. He is a ghost cat, so when I looked up ghost cat and was trying to find some cute little representations of him, I didn't find anything that I liked. It all was a little too modern, so I just thought these were a good little representation of that. The cat is a big part of the book, right? So going around the entire sheet with some black ink, just to kind of give it some definition, a little bit more of that age look. Now, as Ophelia was going into the Phantasma, getting her ticket, so to speak, I don't think she actually got an actual ticket. But anyways, she was told there's only 2 rules to the game: stay alive and don't fall in love. She did one of those. She did not follow both rules, but I thought that was fun to just stick that on the front, also on vellum sticker paper. And you can see I'm going over it there with my bone folder to make sure we get it all nice and smooth and clear. Now, what I wanted to showcase in this fold out, I'm going to open it here on my journal, and it's the 9 circles of hell, because these are the trials, right? So she's got 9 trials to go through. Each trial represents a part of hell. And I found these fun little embellishments that I wanted to use to showcase each trial. Now, some of them are a little more modern than what I wanted, but it was kind of the best I could find. So I kind of like that it's hidden and you don't see like the burn book, you know, and the gold coins and a moldy loaf of bread. Like, you don't see these things on the front of it. So this is where you can get a little bit more personal with it. Now, I did leave a spot down at the bottom to do a little bit of journaling, but I haven't done that yet either. I'll likely do that with a permanent marker because the paper is a little bit dingy looking. Like, it's a good thing, that's what we want, but an ink pen isn't going to show well. Now, my journal that I'm using is also from Heidi Swapp. If you haven't caught on to a theme here yet, I love all of her stuff, but what I'm doing here is just going to adhere this down inside of my journal, and it was hard to see the pages where they're all white, so I separated the page with a little cutting board thing, whatever that thing's called. And then get this stuck inside of there. We're going to cut the edges down so it does have that curved edge like the pages are made to have. And this is what I recommend doing. Anytime you are working on any type of crafting project in a notebook, if you can, work outside of the notebook, especially if you like interactive elements. That way you can cut your page, you can, make the slits in there so you can put things in and out of it and really make it super, super fun, and then just adhere it into your journal. Now, I did print out quite a few pictures of the book cover. I wasn't sure what size I was going to end up using, so I thought, well, let me just print several and I'll use them at some point, I'm sure. So this one here that I'm cutting out now is the perfect size to put on the front on that cover. Now, I accidentally printed these on the non-sticky side, so I just pulled the sticky off. There's no sticky now. And then I did try to stick double-sided tape onto that, but it was too slick. Like, this double-sided tape wouldn't work. So I did take a scrap piece of paper here, and I'm going to use Glossy Accents, which is a very strong adhesive. Absolutely love that stuff. It does dry. You have to be careful. Like, I don't recommend putting the cap back on, put a needle down in that thing, because if not, I don't know why, it just doesn't work. But getting this book cover adhered to a scrap piece of paper, we're going to cut it all out. I did put a little bit too much of that glue in there, so I had to scrape some of it off of there. But cutting that out, and then we will adhere that to the front to showcase the book. There was a little bit of white showing over here on the left side, so I'm just going to take this Skull and Bones washi tape that I have and cover that up and just adhere that down, and then I'll cut out around the photo frame as well. And there is the final spread, the final layout for Phantasma. I think it turned out fantastic. I thought it was just a fun representation of this book. Wonderful book. Again, if you haven't read it, I do recommend it. I don't think I gave too many spoilers in this video, so that's good. Let me know your thoughts down below, and if you have or have not read Phantasma. Thanks for watching.